Hello YouTube, it's your host Raven Rose and you are now watching Dual Edge. And today we will be reviewing Attack on Titan 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Now, the story in Attack on Titan loosely follows the plot of the anime series, but it has a special twist. It's your custom character. Much like Sonic Forces, well, let's actually not mention that game. But yes, much like Dragon Ball Xenoverse, yeah, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, much better. Much like Dragon Ball Xenoverse, you get to create an original character which takes part in the story and is a main part of it. Humanity is on its last legs as it is being threatened by the evil and humongous Titans. Now, I don't want to go too much into the overall story as it is part of a huge anime which you might have seen already, and there's a lot of stuff which is integral to the plot of the game. Spoilers, hashtag. But, long story short, you and your plucky team of warriors are the last line of defense against the might of the Titans. Who will win? Now, one of the things which is really cool about this story is the way your custom character is implemented, as unlike Dragon Ball Xenoverse where the main timeline of the anime is changed by your character's appearance, this actually keeps it rather true to the original anime, but it still manages to feature your character in a starring role, and you also get to have dialogue choices which kind of adds to the action as you get to build different relationships with each of the characters. Now, obviously, if you are more of a fan of the anime, the story is just going to be that extra bit more special to you. But because of the excellent writing, the awesome characters and development, pretty much anyone can get into this. So, yeah, the story is quite good. Now, whilst this game might not be as polished as something like Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Odyssey, the graphics in this game are very nice. The overall art style from the anime carries over very well to this game on the Nintendo Switch, with the characters looking crisp and very detailed, but still having that cartoony anime flavour. Major props go out to Koei Tecmo for capturing the look of the anime and translating it over to the Nintendo Switch, because the performance also runs really well. Now, there is some texture popping and some glitching on the Titans occasionally, but apart from that, the game runs really well. I haven't noticed any frame rate drops at all, and with a game that moves this fast and this fluidly, it is really an achievement. Now, the texture work isn't as nice as in a PlayStation 4 version, obviously, and some of the motion blur effects are definitely missing, but you still have things like the destruction and that fast-paced gameplay, all running at a very smooth frame rate, and woof, when you're on the go, what more is there to ask? Now, as far as gameplay, you can pretty much see it for yourself. There's nothing like Attack on Titan. To say the gameplay is unique would pretty much be an understatement at this point. All the rocket boosting, the dashing, the running up the buildings, the slashing from the anime, it is all here in glorious form. Once again, props must go out to Koei Tecmo for faithfully being able to translate it from the anime onto the gaming platform. Basically, the gameplay is a mixture of boosting, dashing, and basically slashing all of your targets in sight. Learning to use the ODM gear is very simple but difficult to master. Now, because the gameplay is so unique, it's one of those things that you're gonna either like really a lot or you're just gonna think, yeah, it's okay. But if you really do like this, there's definitely a lot here for you to master. The gameplay is smooth, everything runs at a smooth frame rate, really fast, and there's just nothing like flying around and slashing the limbs and neck off a Titan. It is really thrilling. And surprisingly, there is a lot of depth to the gameplay. You can unlock new moves, new weapons, build bases to aid you in battle and build supplies. And there's even an RPG element in there which encourages you to hang out with certain teammates and castmates from the anime and build up strong relationships and bonds and unlock even more skill trees that you can use later on in battle. Now, as far as gameplay modes, there's the main story which has your character interrupting the story, yada yada yada. There's another mode called, well, another mode, which basically just has harder missions from the campaign and special ones that you can download and special ones that's just been made for another mode, and just take them on with any character from the cast or your own creation. There's also a very cool online mode which pits you and some other friends against another team of Titan killers to kill Titans, which is pretty awesome. There also promises to be more modes and other content via DLC, but you have to pay for it. So basically, Attack on Titan 2 is a very good return to form for the series. There is a ton of content and it is very well delivered, with your own character being integral to the story without hogging the limelight for him or herself, and having skill trees that just add so much depth to the gameplay. It's unbelievable. It's also backed up with some crazy polish for a Nintendo Switch game, especially in the wake of so many shoddy ports. This game runs well and looks amazing doing it. My only minor gripes with this game would be that the story kind of starts slow, with you being anxious just to get into the gameplay. They kind of give you little tastes of the gameplay and little maneuvers you can pull off in a training mode, but you don't actually get into killing any titans for a while. A long while. And even though the gameplay is really unique, really simple to get into and complex to master, it just might not be for everybody, even though I personally love it myself. So as far as the score, I'm definitely giving this game a strong B rank. It's got everything an anime fan and a fan of the series could want, and hey, if you're an action or RPG fan, you definitely should be checking this out. And if you've got a Switch, this is definitely filling up a void which is left by Monster Hunter. Create your own character, squad up in a team, and take some titans down, okay? Strong B+. Let me know what you think of this game. Will you be picking it up? Are you a fan of Attack on Titan? And if you are new here, like and subscribe. Sayonara.